Hi, and my name is Kieran. I'm from Woodruff School, which is in Lyme Regis, and in February 2013, 16 students from years 9 to 12 came together to learn recording, research and interviewing skills so that we could record stories with older people from the town about their memories of growing up and working in Lyme Regis.
Henry, Eddie, Reuben and myself, Harry, from Year 11, interviewed Ken Gollop. We were keen to talk to Ken about his family's fishing heritage, how the war affected the fishing industry, and his memories about growing up in Lyme Regis. The way we buy things has changed dramatically over the years, and talking to Ken made us realise how things have changed in Lyme. He begins by telling us what shopping was like for him as a boy.
In the 40s and 50s, when I was growing up, you could get anything you wanted in Lyme, and if you couldn't get it one day, they'd get it for you the next. You could go up Broad Street, where the main shops were, but you also had grocery shops and cobblers and bakehouses in Coombe Street. That was because that used to be the main street from Lyme back in olden days, and that Church Street had shops in it. Silver Street, another bakehouse up there with a watchmaker, two little grocery shops, and that. The main street itself, all family owned. All owned by the family, run by the family, employing, each shop probably employed anything up to 4 or 5 people. You always had a girl in the corner in a kiosk that took the money. Whether it was butchers or grocers or the chemists, there was plenty of employment. And like I said, if they couldn't provide you with a suit or some special type of clothing, we had two big stores in Lyme. We had Bosenses and we had Haddon's, which was a mini department store. They would be on the phone and it would be on the train the next day. In actual fact, if you ordered something in the Co-op in the morning, it would arrive from Weymouth on the bus by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And if the manager lived near you on the way home, he would deliver it to you. That's the sort of service you had, you know. Right, it's nice to meet you boys again.
Hello.
What's up today then?
Well, today we're going to be taking you to 3 different places in the town and asking a few further questions to really get a feel of what it used to be like. We're going to go to Coombe Street first.
Coombe Street, of course, is a very, very old street. It's one of the oldest streets in Lyme, in actual fact. In existence well before Broad Street and the main shopping thing. This is the start of Coombe Street, and we're talking now just after the Second World War.
We'll just carry on going up through the street then.
Well, this was a builder's yard in those days, and in Coombe Street there was 3 builders' yards, and they employed anything up to 25 people each. So you can imagine this place 7:45 in the morning and 2:45 in the afternoon. You'd have all these workmen rushing back from, either to work in the morning or back after lunch, because in those days nearly all the world stopped from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. That was it. Whereas now they go off and go to work early in the morning, come back late at night. You had this big break because you didn't have the convenience food you had then. People had to eat, so most people in those days had a cooked dinner at lunchtime.
So we'll just go up a little bit further
Well,
to the end of Coombe
on the
Street.
side here.
So could you explain to us what this is? We've got a big building.
Well, it's a knitwear shop now, number 35. But from the middle 1800s right the way through till 4 years ago, that was a butcher's shop. Nearly all in the same family, actually, at that time. Next door to it, which is now a restaurant, and that was a big grocery shop. And on this side here, this was our old electricity works. Behind here, you had big generators that generated all the electricity right the way through to the National Grid came in about 49, I think it was. The National Grid came to Lyme. Before that, we had to generate our own electricity. So if they ran out of oil on the generators, you had to light the candles. Because a lot of houses in those days, they only had lights in, say, 2 rooms. The main room and probably Mum's bedroom. And that was the 2 rooms that had electric lights. Otherwise, you had candles or gas lighting.
Think that now, isn't it?
Yeah.
With everything we've got. So, when you look back on this street then that we've just walked through, Coombe Street, is there anything in particular, or any shop in particular, that you would say you miss the most?
The grocery shop on the corner here, that was a fantastic store. That was because it was the biggest shop, biggest grocery shop in Lyme, and they had loads and loads of variety of stuff. You know, all these what you call exotic stuff now. Pineapple was a real gift to us. You know.
Well, thanks for this. It's been really interesting knowing a bit more about a street that seems quite quiet compared to how it used to be. I think. And so this has been Coombe Street.
Yep. And if David come back and finish the painting, I don't know if that's still wet.